Prime-time local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Prime Time Local News. Connor Chan back here with you, and Abby St. John, as always, bringing you all the stuff we have on the go today, including our question of the day, kind of a fun one. What theme song would you have go with your life? I know for me, since I like things immediately and recent stuff, Aladdin songs or rock or Elton John recently. That's kind of my area or my flair that I guess I'm kind of going for right now.
Yeah. Well, for me, I can't think of one at all. I've been trying to, but nothing's really popping to me. So
all right, well, you still got time to try to figure that out during our question of the day segment. But right now we're gonna go send it over to Eric Bay, who was on location earlier today.
Thanks, guys. Well, today we are at the Lloydminster and Area Brain Injury Society, and now this month here, June, marks Brain Injury Awareness Month, so we are going to be talking a little bit about what LABUS does have coming up here over the next month. They do have a few programs coming up, a few opportunities for some fundraising, and they also will be having an open house that will be starting up here tomorrow. So we're going to have some more of that coming up here over the next couple of hours, but first we're going to go back into the studio where Abby has a look at your local news.
Thanks, Eric. Well, later this month, residents in recovery will be providing free HIV and AIDS testing day. This will be the first testing day they offer, and it will be held on June 27th, which is National HIV AIDS Testing Day. They will also be testing for Hep C and STIs. The tests are free for anybody who comes in.
That day, I believe we'll be starting at 10 a.m. So just come on in, and it's first come, first serve. So we'll just, as people come through, test them as soon as a nurse is available to do that.
Loren says it was important for them to offer this as there isn't a lot of places in the border city that offers this testing. They also want to be able to provide the service to the people who do come in to residents in recovery.
Dealing with individuals struggling with addiction, it tends to be one of the biggest populations affected by, Hep C and HIV/AIDS. So it's really important for us to, be able to help individuals that are tested, because all of these diseases are now, treatable.
For more information on the testing day, call residents in recovery at 877-201-3955. It's a week filled with events for the elders in Lloydminster as Seniors Week continues at the Legacy Center with a luncheon this afternoon.
Well, it just gets you out and into the people, and you make friends and that kind of thing. Better than just sitting home doing nothing.
Just socializing and everything else. That's all we need to do.
Well, it's important as we retire that we find purpose in life, people to meet with, and activities that we can be involved in to keep active, to keep our brains active and to keep our bodies active.
We know that social activity is a big concern for seniors, and it's part of the solution.
Seniors Week is a chance for us to celebrate what the opportunities are for us as seniors, and our usefulness in the community, things that we can do to enjoy being together and enhance the lifestyle of seniors.
It helps out them and helps out the community and everything else.
Seniors Week continues throughout the week with an ice cream social on Thursday, followed by a legacy supper in the evening. Well, it goes on pizza, it bakes on nachos, and you can even pair it with dried fruit. Today is National Cheese Day, and our Josh Park takes a look at a local company putting its own twist on the cheese game.
Although it technically doesn't count, it's safe to assume many people would consider Cheese Day a national holiday. Rhonda Zucaden would be one of those people.
I would say more of a cheese lover. I know how to make our cheese, and I know how to, look up a recipe to make maybe a different kind of cheese. But, I'm not like a big cheese expert. I love to eat it though.
After taking a trip overseas, Rhonda decided to expand her rural farm, opening her very own cheesery right here in the Lloydminster area.
I had gone to Italy on a trip just to celebrate my 30th birthday and came across this really beautiful cheese farm and in the heart of Tuscany. And it was really intriguing to me and thought that I'd like to try my hand at that.
8 years ago, she entered the cheese market. The difference with Rhonda's cheesery, though? It's sheep rather than cattle. Formerly running a flock of over 120 sheep, Rhonda is now housing a smaller number of furry friends, but still producing the same quality cheese.
Sheep's milk has a lot more nutritional value than cow's milk or even goat's milk for that matter. So you're getting a full nutritional bang for your buck. People can eat just a small amount on a cracker and you can feel fuller than you would off a cow's milk.
From honey to bread, Rhonda takes pride in producing cheese that can be paired with a variety of different foods. If you'd like to try it yourself, cheese can be purchased starting on June 7th. Josh Park, Primetime Local News.
And now we're going to Eric Bay, who was on location today.
Once again, we are back here at the Lloydminster and Area Brain Injury Society, and Michelle Neufeld joins me now. So first off, can we just start a little bit maybe about what actually LABIS does here in the community?
Sure. Actually, this year marks 33 years that the Lloydminster and Area Brain Injury Society has been organized here in the community. We offer free programming for people that have sustained brain injuries. And our programs are that recreational and they're educational and they're most importantly social. And, it's just a nice place for people to come to be together and hang out, and that fellowship is so important with everyone.
And now speaking more on who you help, you mentioned for brain injuries. So what's kind of, maybe the criteria of who actually comes down here to get some help?
Right. So we offer our programs to anyone that has sustained a brain injury and they're injuries that have happened after birth. So this could be from motor vehicle accidents, concussions even, stroke. It's kind of a wide range, and it's all adults here in the community.
And if people maybe are just hearing about this now and haven't actually come out and help, how can they find you guys and maybe do receive some of that help that they may be needing?
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone knows of anyone that could utilize our programs, we're always offering people to drop in and just see what we're all about. And by all means, people can give us a call anytime and hopefully get something set up for everyone.
Okay, thank you for joining us right now. We're going to have a little bit more coming back from here, but first we're going to go back into the studio.
All right, thanks very much, Eric. Take a look at our current temperature, right now, 20 degrees right now, with some sun and clouds happening right now. The wind right now still picked up a little, still around the same compared to last hour, coming in from the west at 22 kilometers an hour. 30 degrees was our warmest temperature back in 1988 on this day, and -2 was our coldest temperature on this day back in 1985. As we take a look at the satellite radar map, there is a lot of activity happening in that southwestern region there, as they are in a severe thunderstorm watch area, as we'll showcase in just a second here, with that yellow, all yellow there, out kind of just on the outskirts of Edmonton there on further west. The severe thunderstorm watch is currently in effect there, as well as that special air quality statement still is in effect up north due to the wildfires, so low visibility, as well as especially those who do have some health problems with all that smoke as well. So take a look at some other current temperatures. 20 degrees in Cold Lake, 14 for Athabasca, as well as in Edson, 12 in Edmonton and Rocky Mountain House, 16 degrees for Red Deer, 17 in Whitecourt, 15 for Jasper, 21 in both Meadow Lake and North Battleford, 23 in Melfort, Saskatoon, and Prince Albert. So let's take a look at a more in-depth look to the regional temperatures. 8 degrees in North Battleford overnight, 22 tomorrow for the daytime high with a sun and cloud mix, mostly on the cloudier side of things. 6 degrees in Cold Lake, same results there. 20 degrees also for them tomorrow for the daytime high with that sun and cloud. 6 degrees in Lloydminster as well. We're going to see pretty much the same as Cold Lake with that cloudy with some sun in there as well at the high of 20. So here's the next 3 days, 23 on Thursday, and then we drop a few degrees on Friday with a 40% chance we could see some rain on a fairly cloudy day. But that's a look at your weather so far. We'll have more primetime local news after the break.
Welcome back. Well, the Canadian Meat Council is getting about $1 million under the Canadian Agricultural Partnerships Agri-Marketing Program. The federal government says the money will help the council undertake activities such as inspection visits by international officials to ensure that Canadian facilities meet food safety requirements. The government says it will help build relationships with foreign industry partners and also provide timely information and expertise for global trade missions. And that's all for Ag. Sports is next, but first, here's a look at your ag prices.
Every member of the City Centre Auto Body team has been through extensive training. We're constantly upgrading our team's education to reflect current collision repair technique.
Now to Greg Buchanan, who has a look inside the CPCA.
Inside the CPCA, brought to you by the Canadian Professional Chuck Wagon Association.
Hi, the CPCA here on Primetime Local News. Joining us right now, lady that made wagon history here at the CPCA this weekend in North Battleford. It's Amber LaRue, the first female driver in the CPCA. You can take a deep breath now. Get that maiden voyage out. Maybe talk about the weekend and the build-up for this special night here in the CPCA.
It's been a very long road to get here. A lot of trials and everything else to kind of break some ground, but I'm really glad last night's over with, but there's still those jitters, right?
Third generation in the sport, maybe what does this mean? It means a lot to you, but what does this mean to your family?
Well, I'm the first one in the family to pursue it to this level, so I know grandparents are pretty proud, and I know Mom and Dad were probably more nervous. We had a bit of a wait last night, and I was laughing back at camp with Robbie. I was like, I can just see Dad will have a path back and forth along the rail.
And for yourself, it has meant a lot to a lot of people outside of the sport too, that have now become wagon fans. What does that mean to you when you hear all these different stories on social media that, you know what, they're excited for you?
It's pretty special. I'm excited that there's new fans coming on board because of it, right? Wagon racing is one of those things that it's a heritage thing, so if we don't keep bringing new things into the sport, it's one of those things that there's that worry that it might die out. So if we can keep everything new and revamped, it's kind of neat that way.
Amber LaRue here on the Inside the CPCA. Your goals for this season, Amber?
Stay clean and consistent. I'd really like to win Rookie of the Year. That's my biggest goal right now.
That is Amber LaRue for Inside the CPCA for this week. Next stop in the CPCA Pro Tour will be Muscatcheese, Hobbema, Alberta, and that starts on Friday night.
Predictions of an even more competitive CPCA filed in 2019 appear on track after the opening weekend in North Battleford. As Josh Ryan explains, drivers are prepared for a tough grind heading into the Calgary Stampede.
There goes the horn of the thoroughbred.
Getting back in the wagon box after months of anticipation has CPCA drivers feeling good.
You always want to be number one. That's kind of the goal set, right? And the horses are really peaking right now, which is nice to see. They're happy and everything, so it's a good atmosphere for everybody.
Just feel happy the way things are going. The horses are running great, and can't ask for any more right now.
However, no one is feeling better after week one than Brad McMahon, who ran a 3:08.44 to win the aggregate. Prior to Saturday, he had never won day money.
You're always going to have the Chris Mollies and Ray Mitzwings and Jamie Labakane, those type of guys that are in the mix all the time. So it's good to see that you're able to run competitively with those guys.
Earning points in the early stops on the tour is critical in avoiding a steep climb come August.
Go out there every day and make sure that you're taking your A game with you. The horses are going to be able to take you through their respected barrel turns and runs. So at the end of the year, the early points are really what gets a guy.
And the improvement of younger drivers will put more pressure on the leaders to continue to maintain their position.
The competition has gained so strong since I've started with the CPCA. we've got a lot of former pony drivers stepping up, like Preston Faithful he was right in the mix. I think he was 5th pole the last day.
These guys are all skilled drivers and they have extremely skilled horses, so it doesn't matter if I finish 1st or 2nd or 3rd. They're going to be fast, and as long as I'm with them, they're going to be a fast heat, so it's nice to be with guys like that.
Thank you guys, job well done. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
Josh Ryan, Primetime Local Sports.
Now we're going to Eric Bay, who was on location today.
Once again, we are back here at the Lloydminster and Area Brain Injury Society, and Michelle Neufeld joins me once again. And now tomorrow, you guys are actually holding an open house to kind of show off what you guys do here. And so, can you just maybe explain to people how you can come out and support?
Sure. June actually represents Brain Injury Awareness Month across Canada. So we were hoping to, bring more awareness to brain injuries themselves and help educate some people. And we thought it was a great idea to invite the public down to come down and see what we're all about here in our organization too, and show, what the programs that we offer, and hopefully, bring some more awareness to what we have here in town.
And now, speaking more specifically just on that open house, when can people actually come down tomorrow and check it out?
Yeah, we will be here tomorrow afternoon from 2 to 4. And anyone's more than welcome to come and see what we have going on and come down for some cake and coffee.
And now you also did mention that June is Brain Injury Awareness Month. So what are some other things you guys do have going out here throughout the month?
Yeah, so this month we're hoping to kind of get our organization out into the community, and we have a steak night coming up on June 14th at the Brew House. If anyone is interested in that, they can give us a call here. We have lots of tickets left. We'll have raffles and 50-50 there that night. And on June 22nd, we're going to have a pizza day, and we're hoping that all the pizzas that day, $1, will come back to our organization, and that's through TJ's Pizza and Domino's Pizza as well.
Awesome. And now you do see we have a few tomato plants here actually. So can you talk a little bit more about what program you guys do with these here?
Yes, so these plants are they're tomato plants, and they're our participants' pride and joy. They're the ones that have taken all the lead on it, and they do all the planting. And we have them for sale down here at our office. So you guys are more than welcome to stop into the office here and grab some tomato plants before they're out.
All right, perfect. And then once again, just where can people actually find you guys, either by the phone or actually coming down here?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to stop into our office anytime and kind of see what we're all about and give us a call, and hopefully we can figure something out for you.
All right, thank you once again for joining us. We're going to have a little bit more from back here at the Lloydminster and Area Brain Injury Society, but first we are going to go back into the studio.
All right, thanks very much, Eric. Take a look at some other current temperatures right now. 19 in Vermilion right now, 20 for us still here in Lloydminster, 20 also out in Mar, Wayne, and Cold Lake. A little cooler out in Vegreville at Edmonton out west there, sitting at 12 and 11 degrees. 21 down in Wainwright, 22 for both Provost and Macklin, 18 degrees for Bonnyville and Lac-La-Biche, 19 in St. Paul, 19 for Pierceland, 19 also out in St. Walburg, 20 degrees in Green Lake, 22, for Macklin as I mentioned earlier, 21 for North Battleford, 21 for also Meadow Lake as well. Take a look at some other Saskatchewan temperatures. La Loche sitting at 14, as well as Buffalo Narrows, 18 in La Ronge, 20 degrees for Flin Flon right now, 16 in South End, 7 in Stony Rapids, 6 in Uranium City, and 11 degrees out in Wollaston Lake there. 10 degrees in Fort Chipeway currently right now, as well as at high levels, 16 for Fort McMurray, 15 in Slave Lake, 17 for Grand Prairie, and 13 degrees in Peace River. Take a look at southern Alberta right now, 27 degrees in Medicine Hat. They dropped a degree compared to last hour, 25 in Lethbridge, 18 degrees in Banff, 23 in Calgary, 21 out in Coronation. In southern Saskatchewan, 22 degrees in Kindersley, 24 for Swift Current, 25 in both Moose Jaw and Estevan. 24 is also out in Yorkton and Regina. As we take a look at regional temperatures for tomorrow, 20 degrees across the boards here, 20 in for us here at Lloydminster, Maidstone, St. Walburg, Mar, Wayne, Vermilion, and Vegreville, Wainwright as well. 22 for Provost, 23 in Macklin, 22 also for North Battleford, 21s for Meadow Lake, Green Lake, 19 for Isle La Crosse, 18 for Edmonton tomorrow, 19 for St. Paul, as well as in Lac-La-Biche. Bonnyville and Cold Lake also getting the 20-degree treatment now. Of course, I did mention earlier, there is that severe thunderstorm watch currently right now for that southwestern part of the province, as well as that special air quality statement up north, as there are still those wildfires. So visibility is very reduced, and also, of course, could cause some health problems for those that may have some respiratory issues as well. So here we take a look at the school day forecast for tomorrow. 8 a.m. starting off at 11 degrees with mostly cloudy skies and a bit of sun there. As we get to recess time, 15 degrees where the clouds should part way a little bit more, so we could see some more sun there. It gets a little warmer at lunchtime there in that mark at 19 degrees with the same results in terms of the sun and cloud mix. And then as we get to home time, we'll reach the daytime high there of 20 degrees, but we could expect that sun to go away very quickly as we'll see cloud coverage for the later part of that day. So here is the next 7-day forecast. 23 degrees on Thursday, 15 on Friday as we see a drop in temperature there with that 40% chance of some showers there. 11 degrees on Saturday. We could see another cloudy day with some decent winds though, reaching over 20 kilometers an hour. 15 degrees on Sunday with winds possibly over 30 kilometers an hour from the northwest there, with a few clouds and a bit of sun as we'll get a little bit warmer heading into early next week. 17 degrees on Monday, with the winds though will still pick up substantially at 26 kilometers an hour there, and 21 degrees on Tuesday to wrap up the 7-day forecast. We'll have more primetime local news coming up after the break.
Now we're going to Eric Bay, who is on location today.
Once again, we are back here at the Lloydminster and Area Brain Injury Society, and this month here, June, is marking Brain Injury Awareness Month, and I'm joined now by Lori Harris, and we've been talking a little bit about what you guys have going on. But first off, can we talk a little bit about what the impact has been for you guys so far doing this?
Well, Lloydminster Area Brain Injury Society has been around for 32 years, and I think we've had 32 years of impact in the community, great impact. We serve a special clientele, and this is their social, emotional, partial, sometimes therapeutic for some. We try to have a program that's well-rounded where they do a variety of things so that they can meet people, socialize with people. For some of our clients, this is their very only thing that they do is come to Labus twice a week. So we think it's super important for those people and for their families. Sometimes it's their only respite that they get.
And now talking about that only respite and making sure people are getting social, how important is just that factor in people, just maybe just in recovery or maybe just feeling better in general, just being out and being able to be social with other people?
I think it really helps with their emotional well-being, their mental health. They feel like they belong in the community. You know, projects like our plants, field trips, we try to include our clients in lots of our fundraising activities, our community activities, so that they feel like they're really valued, and it gives them a sense of a place to be, that the place they belong in.
And now again, just real quick, if people maybe do need some of that help, haven't found you guys yet, how can they get in touch with you guys, maybe just to be involved?
Well, they could call our office and or look us up on the website. We have a website, or we'd love to see you down tomorrow at our open house. It's a really great chance to meet some of our clients and see what we're all about.
All right, perfect. Thank you once again for joining us. Again, that open house will be tomorrow starting at 2 o'clock, and we are going to have a little bit more coming back from here. But first, we are going to go back into the studio.
So question of the day today, if you had a theme song for your life, what would it be? Just some of the comments that, just gonna go off here quickly here. Those were the days, my friend, never heard that one. A few of these I've actually never heard, unfortunately. One wrote the Darth Vader entrance music, that's, you know, that majestic, like you're walking to a room, establishing yourself. I was actually thinking about this just kind of before we got on, maybe like something like, if I'm walking down the street, maybe Good Morning Baltimore from Hairspray.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I mean, it would kind of only work if you were in Baltimore, but it is still a catchy song, which I would love to have on repeat.
Same principles, really. I mean,
Yeah.
You're walking down the street, you're feeling good, you know, you have that. Or even like having songs for different parts of your day or life, even for that matter. Another one I really love, one of my favorites, was Hard Knock Life. This person's theme song would be. I mean, it's kind of funny, you know, we all have those days where it's a little tougher than others, but you know, it's still a catchy song. But it could be, you know, people create that into viral videos, and I was thinking, you know, we could do that at the office. There's a bunch of us. There's a lot of us here.
I don't know necessarily if people will be on board with that, but I understand your passion for musicals.
They can just lip sync. They don't have to actually sing. It's all good. But as well, let's take a look at something that we always enjoy talking about on the show, and that is pets, because it's time for the Pet of the Day segment. So this is Bailey and Charlie.
Very adorable duo.
Just
Tuckered
sleeping
out.
away. Next up, we have Ryder.
I love the picture with the little flower in his face.
Yeah, it's
I love
very
it.
cute indeed. Next, we have Dexter, who's just happy.
He's ready for a walk.
Yeah, he's got the leash on his head. He's
Yeah.
a little excited.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Frosty, just another upside down cat that's
Love
chilling,
it.
looking good.
Definitely love it.
And Ollie, to round things up here, he's in his little life jacket.
Yeah, could not be any cuter,
He's
I
ready,
must say.
He's ready for the water.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. Well, if your pet was shown on today, you're automatically entered to win a Lloydminster Pet Pad gift card.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
I'm here with Becca from the SPCA, and she has a very nervous but very eccentric Bailey with me today, and we're gonna just chat a bit about her. She was very nervous coming in to the station, meeting new people and being in a new place. Is that normally what she's like?
Yeah, she was a little bit shy initially, but she's warmed up quite a bit to us. Like, she's only maybe been in the shelter for about a week and a half.
Yeah.
So I think in any new situation, you know, just like any other animal, they're going to be a little bit nervous initially, and then they figure it out, kind of thing. They realize they're in a safe space and they warm up quickly. There were just a lot of people coming at her at once.
And she is a very sweet dog. I haven't noticed any aggression towards her. So how have you noticed, how did she come to the SPCA?
So she was a surrender. She came in, she was a little bit too high energy for the home that she was in. So like you see her and she literally will do jumps in the air and spin and everything. So we always kind of joke around that she would be an excellent agility dog. So,
yes, with the
so
right
if you're
training.
interested in something like that, she's definitely a good option. But yeah, she just has a lot of energy, so she would need a family that can keep up with her. Like I said, she just has so much energy. She's really good right now, but like I said, like you said, she's a bit on the more nervous side of things right now. Treats are kind of keeping her happy right now too, but yeah, so otherwise she's very good. She loves the attention of people. She just needs that minute to warm up.
And she does shed. Do you think that's just something to do with her being very, very nervous?
I think it's more just her losing her winter fur, things like that. Like, she just needs a good brushing, and it tends to be, you know, these double coat kind of dogs. They will shed, you know, especially like she might have been an indoor outdoor kind of dog too. So I mean, having that, like, you know, being warm inside, they're going to shed a little bit more too. So.
And due to her high energy, would you recommend a family with a little bit older of children if they do have any?
Yeah, I mean, you know, honestly, I would just come and meet, you know, if you do have the younger kids. Like I said, she does listen quite well too, and she is calmer. Like,
and it's not like she's very aggressive. She's just very loving.
Yeah,
wants to be your best friend. You know, after she gets over her nervous state.
Yeah, and I think, you know, you burn that energy off her a little bit, then she's gonna really train up pretty good.
Definitely.
So, like I said, she's already listens pretty good, and I don't think she's very tree motivated. Obviously, you see as well
as
too,
most dogs are.
Yes.
And have you noticed her relationship with other dogs or cats?
From what we know of her, she does like other dogs. She was a bit of a rough player with little dogs, just not knowing her size. So just in that aspect, like, she just needs to learn a little bit better manners on that, and manners in general. But yeah, other than that, they said that she enjoyed other dogs' company. So I think another dog for her to run with might be kind of good, beneficial for her as well, for sure.
And so you'll be at the Pet Expo this coming weekend?
This coming weekend, yeah.
What can people expect from the SPCA?
Yeah, we're just going to have a lot of our information there. So we're going to have all this information. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can definitely ask us about. We're going to have licenses there. So if you don't have your 2019 license yet, then you can definitely get it there as well too. But otherwise, you can pick them up at the vet clinic or come to the SPCA for it as well too. But yeah, we're just going to have lots of information there, and just kind of see everybody that's going and check it out for the first time. Like, this is the first Pet Expo, so I mean, check it out, see how it goes.
And will you be bringing any of your animals at the shelter?
No, just because it's a full day, so we don't want them to get too hot or anything like that. So it's you know, I don't think it's supposed to be as warm as this past weekend, but you know, it gets too warm and really stressful for them too, to kind of, again, like, you know, a bunch of people trying to touch you and come at you and everything. So it gets a little bit nerve-wracking for them. So we don't like to put them through the stress, but yeah, we'll be there with all of our information, and even we'll try and have pictures and everything of our animals that we do have up for adoption, if you have any questions about them as well too.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming in and bringing in Bailey. She did calm down a little bit closer to the end. But again, if you want any extra information, more in-depth information, check out the Pet Expo this weekend, and they will have all the licensing and, you know, information on all their animals. So go and make sure you go and check it out. So thank you for coming in, and
Thanks for having
thank
us
you for
again.
coming, Bailey, as well. She's very cute. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Pet Project is brought to you by Quick Pick Waste Disposal, Lloydminster's #1 waste and recycling hauler. Quick Pick is waste collection you can depend on.
I'm Justin with Boom 1019 and 93.7 Win FM, and here's what's happening. This is it. This is the final week to qualify for our Fast and Curious contest, where you could win a 2019 Nissan 370Z courtesy of the new Lloydminster Nissan. If you want to enter this week, head over to G-Force Diesel in Lloydminster. That's where the car is. That's where you can enter. And this is it. Like I said, this is the final week. This Saturday, June 8th, we are doing the giveaway, the final draw. This is where we actually give the vehicle away. It's going to be a good one, and that is going down at the new Lloydminster Nissan. Once again, that's Saturday, June 8th, which means Friday, June 7th at 7:40 a.m., we are calling our qualifier's name. We're moving it ahead this time to get that final place in. So make sure if you have entered or if you plan on entering that you and everyone you know is listening, because you do not want to miss out on this. Once we call your name, you only have 370 seconds to call us back. So, like I said, you don't want to miss out on this one. It's your last chance to qualify. Make sure you get in there over at G-Force Diesel in Lloydminster. On top of that, there's a whole bunch of crazy stuff going down. We got the Wainwright Stampede Kickoff Party happening June 19th, downtown Wainwright. Wainwright Stampede official dates are June 20th to the 23rd. There are so many incredible events, and we can't wait to see you out there. Weekend passes starting at just $150, and that'll get you into pretty much everything, so make sure you check that out. It's going to be a good time. It's the 66th year they're doing it, so make sure you check it out. This year's theme is Remember When. Also, for more details on all of that stuff, you can check out Boom, 1019boom.com or waynefm.com. There's a whole bunch of resources there as well. Celebrate the 33rd annual Irma Summer Spiel with slow pitch, curling, and all that fun stuff. It's happening July 30th to August 5th. Registration is filling up quick. That's why I'm giving you so much notice. So make sure you get in on that. That's over at irmasummerspiel.com. I'm Justin with Boom 1019 and 93.7 Win FM, and that's what's happening.
Furniture supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Cindy Rekabowicz is joining us today from the city. Cindy, welcome. Today we're talking about one of the umbrellas under your portfolio, which happens to be the first ever Pet Expo in the city. This is super exciting. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yes, thank you very much for having us, and we are very excited. One of our staff have come up with the idea of hosting a Pet Expo. So it's the first of its kind in Lloydminster, and it's this coming Saturday and Sunday, the 8th and 9th, and we're excited to host.
Tell me about some of the things that will be going on with this.
It is happening inside and outside the Service Sports Center. So we have vendors inside from a multitude of businesses and local organizations. Also, we have a main stage inside, so that people will be showcasing their product, showcasing their animals. And then we have bounce houses inside as well, so kids can enjoy a bounce house.
Okay.
The event is free. The bounce house, there will be a small charge for the bounce houses. And then outside we've got food vendors. So we've got mini donuts and tacos. That's exciting. We've got dock diving, so that's new. And what will be happening there is a competition going on with dock diving, but residents or people can come and their dogs can try a hand at the dock diving. So that's a new event to Lloydminster, and we're excited for that.
Okay.
And then the local hot doggers are putting on an agility competition as well.
And obviously, Cindy, this event can't go without sponsors. So you have a few people that we need to talk about.
Absolutely. So our presenting sponsor is the Pet Pad. So
Okay.
we're really excited about partnering with them on the event. We also have Canine Choice Foods, Champion Pet Food, Lloydminster Animal Hospital, Weir Vet, Canine Gentle Dental, Top Hand Supplies, and Farm Fresh Pet Food. So without those sponsors, this event wouldn't be possible, so we do appreciate them.
And now there is a bit of an incentive to show up early for this as well.
Absolutely. We are giving, for both days, we are giving 100 for the first 100 people. They get a free gift bag and with products from our sponsors.
So what was the reason behind getting this? Because obviously we've never had anything like this.
Well, yeah, the hot doggers were actually booked the Service Sports Centre first, and we just thought it would be a great initiative to partner, to co-host, I guess, or host an event at the same time that they're hosting. And it's something that Lloydminster hasn't had, so we know there's a lot of pet lovers out there, and we just want to provide them an opportunity to come and check out products. We've got vendors from Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, and down from the States, so lots of different products.
Well, one question, Cindy, I did have, and we touched on it a bit, was if people can bring their pets, but it is only specifically for the one event, is that correct?
Right, so inside there's no pets. The pets will have, the vendors will have pets there, or animals, they're allowed to bring animals in, but no animals will be allowed in the Service Sports Centre. But outside, for all the outdoor activities, you're welcome to bring your pet, like to try the dock diving or watch the other competitions.
Okay, and if anybody wants more information, what's the best way to get that at this point?
They can go to our Facebook page, the Lloydminster Pet Expo Facebook page. They can go to the City of Lloydminster website, and all the information's on there about the times. Saturday is from 10 till 6, and Sundays from 10 till 4. And yeah, lots of information's on those avenues.
Okay, and I guess the key to all this is as you said, there's no charge.
There is no charge. Come down. It's a family-free event, and come down and enjoy the outdoors and enjoy the animals.
All right, well, thank you, Cindy, and good luck. I'm sure that if this works out well, we're probably going to be seeing it again, so thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Once again, we are back here at the Lloydminster and Area Brain Injury Society, and this month marks Brain Injury Awareness Month, and so for tomorrow they will be hosting an open house down here at Labus. That is from 2 to 4 to learn a little bit more about what they do have going on. This is going to be their 33rd year in operation, so they will be having a few different events going on here throughout the month. They do have a steak night that is coming up on June 14th that you can come out and check out. Again, that is all for fundraising, as 60% of the operating budget down here at Labus does come from their fundraising budget. We also talked a little bit about the plant program they do have here. Again, people growing those tomato plants that you can come out and buy if you're maybe not so good at starting those off yourself. And again, that summer weather is coming, so I'm sure some fresh tomatoes in the fall will be a great addition to your table. So that's all from here tonight. We're going to go back into the studio where Connor and Abby will wrap up tonight's news.
All right, thanks very much. Take a look at some regional temperatures for tomorrow really quickly. 20s mostly across the board, including for us in Lloydminster, Maidstone, Marway, and St. Walburg. 19 out in Lac La Biche, 20 for Bonnyville, 20 for Cold Lake tomorrow, and 21 out in Meadow Lake tomorrow. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast for tomorrow. 23 degrees for Thursday with mostly cloudy skies and a bit of sun there. Then we see a temperature drop on Friday with a 40% chance of some rain there, with 15 being the high. 11 also the high on Saturday, so we drop 4 degrees for that day with a 2% chance of some rain, but also the winds will pick up over 20 kilometers an hour over that span of the 3 days. So 15 on Sunday, 17 on Monday. We could see some high winds there as well on those 2 days, and then 21 degrees on Tuesday with the wrap up the 7 days.
Yeah, I mean, it's cooling off, but hopefully we get some rain because that's always needed throughout the summer. You know, we can't always rely on it being hot all the time. We needed a mixture